Hey, hey, hey. It is your girl, Misbehaving. And the name of this channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. And baby, even celebrities are real people too. I hope y'all are having a beautiful, blessed Saturday. And I am so happy. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy holidays. Y'all are cutting up in these YouTube streets. Your girl can't keep up with y'all. I am in California, IA. Y'all are on the East Coast. I miss that East Coast time, baby, but I cannot get it all the way together. I cannot get it all the way together. Hey, Miss Sparkle, how you doing, baby? Miss Sparkle said, hello, misbehaving in chat. And Angie B. Lee, this is my first time seeing you here. So, Angie B. Lee, I'll come back to you, but I need to give my salutations and my greetings to those that have always shown me support from day one. And that would be my girl Tanya representing East side of, what is that, Dallas, Tanya? Your people are from the east side of Dallas. And then you got Lady B. Lady B said, hey, misbehaving, mods in chat. Happy Kwanzaa. I know that's right, baby. Happy Kwanzaa. And then checking you, boo. I don't know where I'm checking you, boo, at, but checking you, boo, hopped down and made her comments early. But, baby, what I am surprised about, y'all, checking you, boo, said, what up, though? So my spidey senses tell me checking you, boo, is from Detroit or at least from Michigan, but most definitely the Detroit area. Don't tell me checking you, boo. You got a close relationship with someone that I lovingly banter back and forth with. That I lovingly banter back and forth with. And I cannot forget Miss Logical Speaks. Thank you for your kind commentary. So Angie B. Lee, we gonna come on down here. Cause baby, it seemed like you got a whole thesis. Maybe you need the link so you can get it up off your chest. But baby, we ain't gonna be here for a long time. But then again, we may be here for a long time. But I need to let y'all know today will be about entertainment, but it will also be educational, honey. Educational from a middle-aged woman. And for those of you that don't know what middle age is, it's the ages 40 to 65, 40 to 65. Now, baby, I will treat you with love and hugs, but don't get drugged. Be real nice with it, baby. Be real nice with it. But before I give you any other commentary, I'm going to go ahead and read this copyright disclaimer, baby, because we are 6 minutes into the live and there may be folks watching the commercial because you know your girl channel is monetized, okay? It is monetized. Copyright disclaimer. In good faith, this work contains fair use of copyrighted and non copyrighted images from the public domain and web for non commercial and non profit educational purposes. This work is distributed free of charge. The author has neither monetized this work nor sought any profit from its distribution. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This work contains original work of commentary and critical analysis. Quotations are attributed to the original authors and sources. God, I read that, and we are only at the 7 minute mark. Now, y'all know your girl misbehaving, gonna always keep it real. So if you hear my son in the background, baby, don't say I didn't tell you, because I'm a real person going through real things, and I'm gonna always keep it real with you. See, that is the problem. Folks are so acclimated and accustomed to folks faking a funk and acting as if they're more than what they truly are to appease and please others. Honey, Let's just keep it all the way real. But honey, I'm gonna go down here because Angie B. Lee, I don't know what type of diatribe you are on, sister or sir or they, because you know it's a whole lot when you know LGBTQIA community. Then you got binary, non-binary. I don't know the verbiage. But baby, let me come on down here and see what you're talking about. Huh? In real life, Melody. Don't like. Yeah, you sound a little deranged. So you might be one of those unhinged millimeters. You know, you got plain millimeters, you got melody supporters, and then you got some millimeters that are unhinged, that are what I call mellow members. So, oh my God, Angie, Angie. Don't feel sorry for her. She's not here scrambling. Huh? Girl, ain't nobody over here feeling sorry for Melody. What my apologies. See, you read or you misinterpret the title of this live. The title of this live is I'm sorry, Melody Shari. Here's why they dislike you. So first off, the sorry is because as the head regulator, you know I'm gonna call it out on both sides. And sometimes my mouth can get a little bit messy and I gets to dragging folks. And so I owe Melody an apology. I really do. So my thing is this, as a woman, especially a middle-aged woman, baby, you should never be afraid to apologize when you have offended someone or you may have hurt them. And so that's where the I'm sorry comes from. As far as here's why they dislike you, baby, we are living in a world of misogyny, and some of that misogyny is self internalized by a lot of you women. See, it is my belief that the reason that so many people dislike Melody is because she inspires and she gives hope to other women going through difficult situations. Because ordinarily, when a woman leaves a man, especially if that woman has kids, she doesn't always end up on her feet. She ends up struggling, or there's always another woman in the family that encourages her to go back to that no good man. So you over here arguing and writing these paragraphs about nothing, sister. Just sit on back. Don't be so angry. That's the problem. Sometimes you got to learn to forgive somebody. Just because you forgive them don't mean you forget, and don't mean you don't have to fight back. Sometimes you let people show you who they are. Huh? Huh? What? Let me tell you something, Angie B girl. You said I don't quite sure Melody don't give a damn who don't like her. What has she done to any of you? Baby, yeah, you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Baby, some tell me you got a hold of some bad dang lane and it has poisoned your frontal lobe. It has infected your ability to comprehend and to critically think and to be an independent thinker. Honey, you done came up over here and then just went on this whole spiel. I'm like Miss Sparkle. I'm like Miss Sparkle. Please exit stage left. Y'all hit the like, subscribe if you have not. Subscribe, and if you don't like what you're hearing, hit the dislike. Okay, hit the dislike. Don't be a hater. Be a crowd participator and get your girl up in the algorithm. Okay, get your girl misbehaving up in the algorithm because a lot of folks faking the funk and they ain't calling it out. And your girl misbehaving, I'm gonna call it on out. Angie up here talking about they've been getting paid off Melody back for years, talking about her story and always saying she's bitter. She's not out here putting revenge on nobody. They don't like her. Angie, baby, you late to the party. We've already been there, we've already done that, and we've already heard that. Honey, Melanie's sitting back And she's just watching what unfolds. Angie, maybe that's what you need to do. I don't know who stretched you out, but you came over here looking for a fight, baby, and I ain't finna fight with you today. Hey, Janice Stark said, at checking you, boo, I can't find you. That's because checking you, boo, is still on East Coast time. She came in here earlier and thought I was gonna be here, and she forgot that I came back to California. Miss Sparkle, you said, Angie, you're going up for someone who don't give a about you, clown. Okay, I don't know. I don't know, Sparkle. Maybe Angie got a cash app or she on the payroll, honey. Cause honey, ain't nobody even said nothing crazy about Melody at all. I'm just talking about, with this misogyny. Hey, country girl Queena said good afternoon, misbehaving and regulators. Temperla Blue. Hey, Temperla Blue. Uh-huh. Don't worry. Be right back. And Lady B said, hey, country girl Queen. Mm. Ooh, Michelle Jackson said, make your money. I know that's right. Michelle, I'm gonna make it, but YouTube is the biggest pimp it is, baby. YouTube is the biggest pimp it is, baby. He come on through, or she may come on through, baby, with no Vaseline, getting all the money, and want you to do all the work. What you say, Patricia Dixon? You said hashtag Melody Rodgers, FYI. That's right. That's right. Melody Rodgers. Everybody wants a click and a view and a cash app too. So anyway, you guys, I have been a fan of Love and Marriage Huntsville since the series first aired in the spring of 2019. When Love and Marriage Huntsville first aired, Melody S. Holt, now known as Melody Shari Rodgers, wasn't always liked by a majority of the fans. I, on the other hand, liked her immediately and would watch each season as her former spouse became increasingly unbearable and her fellow cast members mocked her in demise of her marriage to Martell Holt. As the seasons of Love and Marriage Huntsville progressed, I noticed a stark difference in Melody's demeanor. Melody had become cold, ruthless, and vindictive. I don't like this new version of Melody, and it caused me to lessen my support for her. As a day one fan of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I've watched as all the cast members have either evolved, rebranded, or remained the same. The original concept of Love and Marriage Huntsville was three successful African American couples who were revitalizing North Huntsville, giving back to the community and building nice, affordable homes that the less fortunate could reside in. We've witnessed both Melody Cherie as well as Miss Nell Fletcher give back to the community. Because you guys remember the one season, the one episode where Nell was giving out backpacks with supplies in it to the children over at her daycare center. And Melanie has given back to the community during the holidays with a dinner. There are some people that say she was just doing it for the show and it wasn't authentic. But my thing is this, at least she did it. I didn't see any other cast member go out there and feed the community. That's what I'm saying. So, look, it's gonna be some upset folks upset folks up in here, but baby, I'm gonna keep it all the way real because I gotta keep you hoes honest in the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector. Because see, y'all seem to omit things that your favorite cast member has said and done. Y'all seem to omit it, but y'all can easily and readily point out how someone else has done something wrong. But then I don't fault you because look, we live in a world built upon misogyny. And the powers that be, they don't want women to get their hopes up, to have any motivation to see that they can be self-made millionaires or business owners, property owners without the assistance of a man. They want to keep women trapped in the matrix. Now, Whitney saying all of that. There's nothing wrong with women wanting to adhere to the roles set out in the Matrix and be married and be a stay-at-home mom and just take care of the kids, let your husband run the street and do what he want to do. There's nothing wrong with that. As a woman, it's your prerogative and you're right. But why tear down and beat up a woman that has decided to leave her marriage? You see, a lot of people keep saying it's Melody that put her marriage up on television. But thanks to Checking You Boo, Checking You Boo had reminded me to check out season one and episode one and do commentary on it. So what I have done, you guys, I have in the description box, I have added two links. Hey, S. Brian, first time here. Welcome. S. Brian says hi all. And we have Miss Eve's Garden. You sound stupid. Well, I'd rather sound stupid than look stupid. Honey, you look like Tabitha Brown on crack cocaine, eyes wide with that big uh girl, bye and boo. Girl, bye and boo. Honey, you want me to get up in here dragging? Honey, not yet. You ain't gonna throw me off the path, baby. See, you have that internalized misogyny. Internalized. Oh, hey, Grandma Moki. Grandma Moki, you might want to come in under your other device. Somebody might try to dox you. Somebody might try to dox you. Let me take that on down. But yeah, up in here talking crazy. Girl, bye. And that is the problem. And I can admit that I myself, some of my beliefs and my values are based upon internalized misogyny. But what I can also say is that I am very proud of the younger women and some older women too that are able to make their own decisions. They demand to be treated with respect. They're not settling for less. Um, and and I'm proud of them for that. You know, so many women, it doesn't matter which side of the spectrum of this Love and Marriage Huntsville sector that you stand on, everybody seems to want to holler about sisterhood and women empowerment, but it's most of the women that's doing the damage to each other and tearing one another down. Like, I never gathered why there is such this disdain that Melody is packing products in her home in the basement. I never understood that. You know, it's a business. It's hers, less overhead. It doesn't matter if it's just her or two other people packing the products. Just like they always want to pit her against Stormy Steele. My thing is this: how come none of you ever attack the content creators that are attacking Stormy Steele? Why is it that you have to go and attack Melody and vice versa? Even the millimeters. Why are you attacking the cast members? Why are you not attacking the content creators that are attacking Melody? I don't know. So I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg. In this case, I don't know which beef happened first. Was it the Scots that had put out private personal information about Melody and Martell in this social media atmosphere before the millimeters decided to go dig up personal information? Because some people seem to forget there is an episode that was shown on Love and Marriage Huntsville, where there was the accusation made, and Melody met up with Marceau. This is when Black was being built, and where there was the accusation that he or they had put out her and Martell's income, their tax information to a blogger. So I remember asking my girl, Lady D, about that, And Lady D said she didn't know anything about that. She hadn't heard that, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I could be paraphrasing her comment, but I remember that being showed on the show. Then you have so many people. Hey, Tyler Collins. You said, I think because she was trying to bring Stormy's business down, these included the content creator she has aligned herself with. But you know what, Tyler Collins, I can say the same for the T Squad on their side because they attack Melody and her business as well. So it's just like the millimeters, how they're tearing down Stormy's business. So both sides are doing it to one another. And at the end of the day, these are businesses owned by women. You know, it's supposed to be a sisterhood, no matter your age, your ethnicity, your sexual preference. At the end of the day, it's women. It's women. And women are the ones, the biggest fan base of this show. And so some people have internalized not only the misogyny, but any biases that they may hold within themselves, from childhood or as an adult, whether it be the color of your skin, the texture of your hair, your body size, uh, your socioeconomic status, your educational status. People have a lot of biases that they all bring into this sector, and then they penalize cast members based on who they relate to or align themselves with the most. Eve's Garden, who you talking to, or do you need a link? Who do you need? Who do you need a link? Eve's Garden, because I've never seen you here, honey. Tyler, you said what did T Squad do to Melody's business? Well, there's commentary made about her and her products. So I mean, it's nothing unfamiliar. It's nothing new. It's just folks choose to call out what they want to. Cecilia McKnight said, "Here we go, peeping in the bushes at Eve Garden. Plant some green beans, child." Okay, I don't know what Eve's tripping off of because I'm really not trying to attack anyone. I'm just uh bringing some clarity, and I'm speaking up. At the end of the day, all of these women, all of the folks are women. But this is another thing that I find interesting too. People always say that Melody is attacking or she's attacked Tisha and Marcel's marriage. Anyone providing commentary, even myself included, has been accused of trying to destroy or tear down a black marriage. That is not the case at all. However, if you do want to click the links in the description and go back to season one, episode one, as well as season one, episode two, where I I made commentary on this months ago, where Tisha and Melody were going tit for tat, making comments about each other's marriage. But if you go back to the beginning of this entire series, you will see where Tisha, not only Tisha, Marceau, Kimmy, and Maurice were taking little little slick jabs about their marriage, and they are the one that introduced the idea of Martell having an affair, and especially Tisha. You can go definitely to, let's see if I can play it for you guys. You definitely can hear it out of Tisha's mouth, and this is before Melody even came out and said that Martell was cheating again. They were already making commentary on it and taking shots about their marriage. So turnabout is fair play. I know we are all tired of hearing this commentary or anyone speaking about Melody and Martell. We want to wrap it up with a bow and be done with the story. Because as I put in my description, there are a lot of cast members that have storylines that are intimately connected or adjacent to Martell Holt. And those relationships need to be prodded and investigated thoroughly, like y'all did with Melody and Martell. So why y'all want to flip the script now? Why y'all want to flip the script now? Hey, One Dark and Lovely. Hey, Gail France. Huh? Gail, you said when the first two seasons, Mel was bringing it up. Tisha brought it up. Tisha brought it up. Not only Tisha brought it up, Kimmy was making comments, Maurice and So they were saying it in the first. You don't even have to take my word for it. I put the links in there for you all to click on the links and you can go ahead and watch the videos yourself. Again, when you like someone, it's easy for you to omit or turn a blind eye to how they may have contributed to a conflict. Now, I will admit what Melody did is when she heard the comments that were being made, because they get to watch the video back and see what the other cast members were saying. So Melody said she gonna get back too. The only thing is Melody wouldn't come right on out and say it. She would just imply or insinuate or tell them, get a babysitter and go drive up there to check up on them. But hey, it is what it is. Wait a minute, girlfriends. I know you lying now. You said I watched them from start and I did not see or hear that from them. Ooh, hey, unapologetic real talk. How you doing? Now, Gail. You honestly telling me that you watched it from the start and you did not see it or hear it at all? Gail, I don't want to call you a liar, ma'am, but I'm going to tell you not. You're being less than honest. If you say you didn't see it, then you wasn't watching it from beginning to end. You weren't. Let me see if I can share. Let me see if I can share it with you guys, and hopefully you can hear it. But I put the links so y'all can go back and listen to the links. Let's see if I can share with you guys.
You sound like you know something you're not telling. Hide it from his friends. Where there's smoke, there's fire, Marcel. Who said there's smoke? This is not smoke. This is rumors of smoke. You don't know where that smoke coming from? A lot of times it's from the fire. It could be from a barbecue where he's cooking a meal with his family. Okay.
So you don't say. Mm, 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 mm. I I sure hope y'all was able to. Was y'all able to hear that my sound was off? God dark it. I hate that it was off. But I tell y'all what, Gail friends and anybody else, the links are in the description box. And that clip that you guys weren't able to hear, uh no, Tisha and Marcel had that conversation before Melody and Martell put their business out there. It was before Melody and Martell put their business out there. All Melody did is ask a question when they were having dinner in folks ran with it. Tisha, Marceau, Maurice, and Kimmy, they ran with it. So I take you at your word that you've been watching the series since it first aired, like I have. The first episode aired January 12th, 2019. So I take you at your word, but at the same time, um, you could have you could hold some internal biases against Melody where you could not or did not want to see how Tisha also participated. Lady D, I'm gonna drop the link for you, Lady D, or anybody if you want to come on up here. Because Lady D, I know you are a writer for Tisha. I know you are. And yes, there's a new episode airing tonight. But you guys, you don't have to take my word for it. And matter of fact, you shouldn't take anybody's word for it. What you have to do is watch the show yourself. And again, we live in a society and a world built on misogyny and internalized misogyny. And as a woman of a particular age, I can see how some of my values are based on internalized misogyny. However, I am proud that women and girls have gathered the courage to do what makes them happy, live their lives independently, never settle for less, and demand that they be treated with respect. And as a regulator, I may say things that folks don't like, but hey, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna call it out on both sides. I am a fan, and I think Carlos does a disservice to fans like myself when he's scared to call it out who it was going up to Stormy Steele's business. It wasn't a fan, it was a millimeter. And no matter how many times y'all try to say Black Titanic is not a millimeter, Black Titanic has never made a video criticizing Melody at all or calling her out. Lady D, connect your devices, mama. Okay, there you go. How you doing?
Hey, my girl, how you are you doing?
I am doing fine. I am doing
Glad to hear that. But I caught the end of it. I just had came on. But you said that I'm a writer for Tisha. No, girl, I'm a writer for the truth.
You a rider for the truth and you a rider for Tisha too. Now come on now. You team wife and that's another thing that folks are up here trying to do, trying to pit married women against single women. Baby, I heard this man. Now I heard this man. Now, allegedly, now they claim he used to be a producer for Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't know if he's a white guy, if he's Creole, if he's biracial, whatever he is. His name is Damien. But honey, he was sitting up there, looking, scratching and itching his arm. He looked like he need a bath and a sandwich. Had the nerve to try to come for middle-aged women talking about we up here at home on Saturday, lonely without a man. Baby, some of us prefer not to have a man. Honey, we tired of these dirty dick dogs hopping up and down up on top of us. We just don't have the patience, honey. I tell them, honey, get your man, let him crack your back, and you send him right on back. Now, if you a lady with some class, you ain't trying to bust it open and let everybody hit it because you got to be selective. You don't want these men transmit no sexually transmitted disease or illness to you, honey. These men nowadays, they don't make them like they used to, honey. They want your puss and the money in your pocketbook. These men are trying to live a soft life. But go ahead, Lady D. What you got to say, Mama?
Yeah, what did Tisha do? I caught the end of it. I think you had said Tisha did something. What did she do so I can see?
Oh, I put it up on there because Lady D, you one of other folks too. Y'all don't see that Tisha was also making commentary about Martell and Mary. Melody's now defunct marriage. I had put two links up in there. I had put season one, episode one, and season one, episode two, where they were in fact Tisha, Marceau. Marceau was kind of trying to evade it, but he was making little digs at Martell, saying, Martell thinks he up there, had it not been for the affair he had a year ago, he would be up there with Jesus. It would be God, Jesus, and then him. But they were all making comments, and Tisha was the one that told Marceau, and it's on the episode two, and I believe it's at the uh, might be the 5 minute 37-second mark, or it might be 6 minutes, but try 5 minutes, where she was telling Marceau they need to communicate because she doesn't want what happened with Martell and Melody to happen with them. Now,
Mhm.
all this commentary is going on before Melody even made mention about the affair. At all. And hindsight is 20. Well, it ain't even got nothing to do with hindsight. Years later, we've all come to discover that Marceau was very much aware of the affair because Melody's mother was the one that called him to let him know, because Melody had found out the mistress had called Melody, and Marceau went to find Melody, and they ended up going to a bar to have drinks. Hmm. Go ahead, D. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk you guys until Lady D gets her sound back. Yes, Miss Sparkle, but we all look, in fairness now, Sparkle, we can't just attribute it to age because we are all messy people. Hey, Queen Script. Queen Script said, hello, everyone. Hello, Miss Big Taven in chat. All right, I can hear your background sound now, Lady D.
Yeah, I had a call that came in. You didn't hear me talking, did you?
We didn't hear you, but I hear you right now.
Okay, I apologize. Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch the replay, but when it comes to Tisha, is a different from how Tisha talks to Melody. It's not like, okay, if Tisha ever come for Melody, it's because of Melody went ahead and pulled up a lot of stuff to hurt her in her marriage. It's not like she just say, oh, I'm just gonna wake up and I'm gonna just go ahead and get on Melody. I never saw Tisha roll like that. And like I said, if I,
Ooh,
I
Lady
promise you.
D.
I promise
Lady
you, I never
D, I
saw
gotta call
it.
you out like I did Gail
Call
France.
me
You know I
out.
like
Call me
y'all both.
out. Come on,
Ooh,
checking your boo. Help me out. Check me
you
out.
you know I like y'all both. I like y'all both.
Help me
And
out, checking
you
your boo,
talking
cause I ain't never saw it.
and all you remember is what Melody did, but Tisha started out.
I'm gonna
Next
watch. I'm gonna
comments
watch.
on them.
So you said you left you
Uh-huh.
left the link, right? You left the link. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure I watch it.
they're both in the description box. And matter of fact, I might be able to go ahead, but I don't think you guys will be able to click on the link if I drop it in the chat box here. But I put both of the links to the episodes in the description box with the title, because
Mhm.
then if you even look, it's like everything's coming around to like a I don't want to, like they're trying to uh, uh, bring it to closure. Like everything's coming back around. Like
Mhm.
season one, episode two, the title was Respectful Cheating. Didn't they just get through talking about respectful cheating on the girls' trip?
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they're trying to tie up the loose ends. But Lady D, you just like Gail Prince and so many others, y'all wasn't paying attention, and y'all forgetting how Tisha was out there talking first. Melody, y'all know she a Scorpio and she biting back. So
Uh,
when she heard Tisha making them comments and Marceau and whatever else. When she got her opportunity to make her comments back, she did. And when Melody did it, she then Tisha responded in kind. But
Mm.
Tisha was the one started kicked it all off, baby.
So
Mhm.
when Tisha poked that Melody, was it to Melody face or it was with her husband?
It was with her husband in the confessional.
Oh, well, that's different because that's, it's like she's talking to her
Uh-uh.
husband. So we say a lot of things behind closed doors. But the thing that I
Mhm,
don't like, I see my
mhm,
girl checking your boots.
mhm.
She
Uh-huh.
turning on me. She say, Lady D started season 1, and you will see Tisha is not innocent.
Uh-huh.
I used to check
Uh-huh.
Tisha too. She took a chill pill and backed up. Now she is back on that BS. So is wallowing in that mud again. Oh no, not my girl checking boo, but my girl Gail Francis, she got my
Yeah.
back. Gail said, Gail said that and said, speak on it, Lady D. Oh no, not checking boo. No, not my checking your boo. Checking.
Yes, baby. I, and I'm seeing a lot of folks up in here. Hello, Miss AKA 1908. Hello, Miss Sharon J. Denise Marshall said it's her first time reviewing your channel and misbehaving and everyone. Well, Denise, I have videos on my channel almost a year ago. And if you some of them are an hour, 2 hours, or whatever else. Baby, I'm a little blogger, but my presence felt like a big dog, okay? But
Absolutely.
baby, if you listen to my videos, you will see a lot of stuff I was talking about way back then. They're just now showing up on the show. But
Mhm.
I call myself a regulator because I'm gonna call it on both sides. I like all of the cast members. I really do,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna call them out. Now,
Mhm.
I've said some things that if folks know I started off. I've never been a millimeter. Now we gonna get that straight. I ain't never been a millimeter. Never called myself a millimeter. I stopped game banging when I was a teenager. I'm not
Mhm.
signing up for no more games. No more games. But I supported Melody in the beginning, and I remember when a lot of folks did not like Melody in the beginning. Some people claim it was because of her voice. Other folks felt as if she thought she was better than everyone. There were a lot of fans of this show that did not like her in the beginning, but as the seasons went on and episodes air, people gravitated to her, and we gravitated to her, you know, once, everything came out about her and Martell. And like I've said
Mhm.
so many times before, I was one of those fans that wasn't privy or unaware of them not being together when the show first
Mhm.
started airing or when they got back together for the filming of this show. So I was one of those fans that when I saw it for the first time when it first aired, I thought everything was happening right then. Not
Mhm.
saying it was happening in real time, like, she found they were driving down the highway and Martell's cell phone ring and Melody looks at him wanting him to answer the phone and he won't answer because it was Ariane on the phone. We know that they film these shows months in advance and then we get it afterwards. But again, as a fan, I'm still thinking it's happening in real time
Mhm.
and not knowing the back information. And then afterwards, I did. I my support for Melody lessened during season 5
Mhm.
because like I stated, there was a change in Melody's demeanor. Like Melody used to be bubbly, happy all the time, and then now she has started changing. Where to me, she appeared cold. She was ruthless and vindictive. Like she just wanted to get Martell back and anyone else. Because honestly, if you're all gonna be honest, none of the cast members took up for her or defended her when it came to Martell. And part of me understands why, because
Mm-hmm.
they all knew that this affair was nothing new. And
Mm-hmm.
if Melody kept taking him back, they probably felt as if, why should we get involved? But now we fast forward 5 years later, it's almost 6 years. 5 years later, the same man, Martell Holt, that everybody called the good guy, that everybody was trying to protect, now they're trying to paint Martell as the bad guy, the villain, a liar, a man that gets angry a lot and is unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't make sense to a person like me, a fan from day one. And again, everything is based off misogyny,
Mm-hmm.
favoring men over women. Go ahead, Lady D. What you got to say?
I see where Chicken Boo say demasculated. I always pronounce it emasculated, so I must be pronouncing it wrong because I noticed when she talk about it, she always say demasculated. I always
Uh huh.
say
You said it right.
emasculated. Yeah. So
No,
what's
you're
the
right.
difference
It's
between
emasculate.
demasculated and emasculated? I'm gonna have to check that out, look that up because I noticed
I
when she talk
look.
about it, she says that.
I've never heard of it. The word being called demasculate, and it's not to
Hmm.
say that it isn't such a word, but I've always used the word and heard of the word being emasculated.
Yeah, yeah,
You
okay,
you know.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to look that one up because that I noticed that she always say that. But when it comes
Oh,
to all this right here, I'm not gonna
what
tell
is
you no
this, Daddy?
lie. I'm
Uh
not gonna
huh.
tell you no lie, misbehaving. I never did like the melody from day one. When the time
Uh
when
huh.
she sat at the table, you remember when they sit at the table
Uh
and
huh.
well, they didn't sit at the table yet. It's that I think it was his aunt had passed, and he went to the funeral by himself, and she didn't come,
Right.
and she was so cold hearted with him. I didn't like, and I didn't like the way her demeanor was changed. It's like, she wanted, you saw that she wanted to stick out, she wanted to separate herself from the group. I didn't like that, and I also didn't like the part when she wanted to bring Keisha to the chambers of commerce, to introduce her to
Mm-hmm.
other business partners. It's like she wanted Tisha to be behind her, as if, Tisha following her lead. I didn't like that part. And I also didn't like the part where I always play on my live when they all had that meeting and she told him to shut up. I didn't like that at all.
And yeah, I didn't like that as
Hmm.
well. But you felt like she was trying to put Tisha behind her, Lady D. D. Okay, I wait. You must. Lady D must have got a live. Okay, there. I can hear. You must have gotten a phone call.
You there, hon? Because I can't hear you.
Uh huh.
I had a phone call.
Uh-huh. I knew that. I knew you did. I'd say you must have had a phone call. But so
You can
what
hear
was it?
misbehaving?
Uh-huh. I can hear you loud and clear. So what exactly was it about Melody that you didn't like from the beginning? Because you said you never liked her from the beginning. And I see Shandali said she ain't never liked Mel either. She said her voice annoyed her. So I guess Lady D's gonna come back you guys up. But Miss Hargrove, hit the link if you don't mind. Tell me why is it that you never liked Melody from the beginning? Because I never understood why people didn't like her at all. I know my support for her had lessened by season 5 because you know Martell had started being quiet. Okay, connect to there you go, Lady D. Here you go. Martell had started being quiet, and then it was just showing like Melody the one attacking. Now, yes, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You're not privy to it. And I can even sometimes you guys, if you're new here to my channel, a lot of times when I do live, sometimes I equate the lives with actual events going on in my life or a past experience I may have had. I know The difference between Melody and I, like I've always tried to coexist with my son's father in peace for the benefit of our son. I've always done that. Never was, I'm not gonna talk bad about the man. I just want to be peaceful. But I've also realized that sometimes uh, even the quietest man is the sneakiest. And especially if that man is in law enforcement or he's affiliated with the people in law enforcement or people in a position of power, whether they have the financial means or they're politically connected. And so, I tend to sometimes question, like, how is it that so many women that was aware of my even my situation with my son. I have a 13-year old. He has Down syndrome and he's nonverbal. Like how so many women would willingly support his father in creating a hostile living environment for myself and our son. Um, I'm not going to say I'm not the type of woman that won't fight back. I will fight back if you push me. If you come to me to attack me or to harm me, I'm going to fight you back. I'm not one of these women that I'm going to pick up my hand and fight you with my hand and I think I'm big and bad. No, I don't think that because at the end of the day, I'm a woman and a woman can't whip no man. So I'm picking up a weapon and baby, I'm going to break you down to the very last compound in my KRS-One voice. Baby, I'm going to make sure you ain't getting up moving at all because my life is in danger. So I choose to operate in a world of peace than participate in destruction, but I ain't never afraid to go to war. So I say all of that is because I can see that when I look back at Melody's situation, maybe she had gone through so much that by season 5, with no one defending her, her being embarrassed on stage by Carlos King asking her the question about performing fellatio on another man on a national platform in front of thousands upon thousands of people. And to Carlos and the cast members, that was funny. They mocked her, and not just her, but they also chided and mocked Martell in the demise of this marriage.
You
So,
think you
uh,
think they mocked her? You think they was making poking
yeah,
fun of her having it's just that she was on their line and she was blaming all the stuff that Martell was doing, but she wasn't calling out herself. She was just making herself as if she was a victim, as she was innocent. And what Martell was trying to tell her, look, you can't keep calling me out and calling Ariane out when you both was doing the same thing. And it's like she never took accountability of anything that she did until Carlos King had called her out and say, well, didn't you have fellatio? But I don't think he said it to, embarrass her, just to let her know it's still cheating.
well, the question Carlos King asking the question about fellatio, that wasn't anything that was shown on the show.
No, it wasn't on the show, but Martell was saying that he got tapes of her admitting that, she had an affair, but she kept denying that she never had an affair. You
Hmm.
remember when he said, look, I have recordings of you admitting to me that you did have sex with another man. And that's when she said, I didn't
Yes.
have sex, but I had fellatio.
When I say mocking the cast on the show when they chide and
Mhm.
make comments, whether it be with one another or in the confessional, they were mocking them. But back to your comment about Carlos and the question about the fellatio and the point of trying to prove how Melody lies. So Carlos introduced information to the platform that wasn't shown on the show. So this was behind the scene information How is that different from what the millimeters are doing? Because I know I've been hard on the millimeters. I've gotten on their necks about investigating the cast members, pulling up their personal information when it comes to business and creating videos. Because my mindset has always been, if it's not shown on the show or the cast members have not talking about it on a social media platform, I don't believe that people should be discussing it. So, with that all being said, Carlos King produced that question about fellatio that had nothing to do with the show, that was behind the scenes information. How is that different from what the millimeters were doing?
Because, like I said, she was denying that she never cheated. She was just putting the blame game on Martell, until Martell went ahead and called her out. But
Hmm.
when it comes to Melody, is that Melody put most of the information out herself, especially when it comes to the infidelity and comfort
Hmm.
about Ariane. We never even knew about Ariane. Until she brought it out. We never knew about Martell had a child until she brought it out. The children never even knew that they had another sibling until Melody put it out. So most of all the stuff that had happened, feeding the bloggers, Melody one that took the show to a very dark place, because if she would have kept it on a reality show, we would have been talking about a reality show. But what she did was she went to her fan base and she started feeding them information. And now we know that it's true, where we can't say alleged no more because, according to what we know now, the information, what Martell told us, that Melody put most of the information out there. When she came to the group in the beginning, they all was not to talk about the infidelity, and they all agreed that we was not going to talk about it, but yet she went and put it out. And that's the part, that's the hypocrisy.
And see, and that's why I need you to go back and watch episode one and episode two of season one,
Hmm.
because the cast members were talking about the affair.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
they
wish we could play. I wish you would have got a clip where we could have watched that clip of what you're talking about with episode one, because I did watch episode one, but I just want to see it from your view, of what you're talking about, because I don't really
no,
see anything.
I did have it up here, but they couldn't hear the my sound was off. They could not hear the sound. But it's season one, episode two, cheating respectful. You can fast forward the video to the 5 minute and 30 second
And
mark. I
and
mean,
it's
you
season one.
actually,
It's season one.
it's season one, but you can I mean, they were making comments before Melody had even mentioned anything about the affair. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, that the question sitting at the dinner table, that with them, with her asking that question, she still hadn't said anything about an affair. It was them discussing her and Maurice and Kimmy getting married and what are their non-negotiables. And it was
Mm-hmm.
at that dinner setting where, Tisha said cheating is a non-negotiable for her.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
But
Kimmy, so
can I say this right
mhm.
quick?
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
the reason why it seems so strange, because the truth is that when they pitched that show, Melody and Martell was not together. They only was on there to, start a reality show. But the two from the very beginning, the first seasons that we
Hmm.
saw, they were not together. They was not even filming in a house. They didn't even have a house together. They were filming in the Fletcher's home. You remember that bedroom scene?
I hear what you're saying, Lady D, but I'm not getting sidetracked off this.
But they
Tisha
wasn't
Marshawn,
together. They wasn't together. Those two wasn't together. Martell was with
they may not
Ariane.
have, they may
Mm-hmm.
not have been together, and they may have come to an agreement to film this show and only came together for the show. But all of the cast members were aware of it, And I had to highlight Anitra J because I definitely wanted to get that out there because Ariane was the one that came and did an interview first to let people know who she was. People didn't even know who she was. They knew the name, but they didn't know
Mm-hmm.
who she was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you say Ariane came out first? I thought Melody came out first and kept,
No.
she didn't come out and say Ariane, but she kept talking about the side chick. So quite obvious, she was gonna come out. She know you was talking about her. So that's what
Mm,
made her come out, and everybody went to her IG, and that's how they
mm,
was able to discover her. To find out who she was.
all right.
Because Melody
Mm.
came out. Melody came out from the first season talking about the side chick. The side chick. So.
And I got a question. Is it
Mhm.
is it cheating? Is it cheating because her and Martell were living in separate homes, although they were still married? They were separated, so that's still considered cheating if they're living in different homes.
If they were living in different homes, and they was separated, is it
Hmm.
considered well, like I had said from the beginning, the man said that he was begging her. No man is not going to beg for months and months and for
Hmm.
what he want, and yet he find out that she went out and gave it to somebody else, the stuff that he was asking for. She didn't want to do it, but yet she went out and did it to a joker. So you know pretty much she pushed him out because he said that he wasn't cheating, but he constantly had to beg.
Hold on, Lady D. Ruth Jones, this your first time here. Thank you. I've been keeping up and been a fan of the show since season one. And so that so-called video, originally they tried to say it was Miss Vanessa. And so you apparently are late to the party because you're talking about the fellatio was with Martell. Honey, that's not the question we're talking about. We were watching a reunion when Carlos asked the question, and Martell provided audio where he was questioning Melody about performing fellatio on another man, and it was admitted. But that's neither here nor there. But my thing, I want to get clear because people, I don't know, with the youngsters, and hell, it seems like the old folks alike, everybody is coming up with new verbiage or definitions of what cheating is, what being a side chick is. So what I'm trying to get clear, if people are married, because we know people get separated every day, they will move on to their own prospective homes. They may be separated for years and not get divorced and develop relationships with someone new. So, what I'm trying to find out is that what everyone is considering that Melody cheated? Because nobody has the proof that she's cheated at all, but you guys have heard audio where she has admitted providing fellatio.
Mhm.
So I don't know what this new age stuff is, but my stance is this: neither Melody nor Martell need to be kicked off Love and Marriage Huntsville. We can wrap up this storyline with her and Martell. Y'all talking about Ariane anyway? Y'all talking about her baby? Y'all making these
That's wrong.
videos?
That was
Go
wrong.
ahead. Go ahead and bring her up on the show so she can go ahead and bring out the evidence against Marceau, Maurice, or whatever else she's been privy to and what she's witnessed. But my thing is, some women cannot, some women do have internalized misogyny. And there may be folks in here that don't know what exactly is misogyny. You hear the word misogyny, but you just don't know what misogyny is. So let me just do a quick educational read for you. Hold on, baby. Y'all know I keep it real. That's my son, so you gonna hear him. Misogyny is the dislike of, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women or girls. Misogyny is a form of sexism that keeps women at a lower social status than men. Misogyny is a result of patriarchy or a male dominated society. The word misogyny is derived from the Greek word misogynia, which means woman hater. So
Mhm.
some women also, have bias against other women. So if you can recognize that and you can understand that. But again, I also believe that folks are trying to, it's like this class, you have classism, sexism, racism, all these isms. But now what I'm seeing is there is a pitting of single women against married women, and they're trying to make it as if a woman that is single is somehow jealous or bitter towards a woman that is married. And
No, I don't
I
think so. I don't think so. I just think
you
that
don't
when it
think so?
comes, no, I don't think so. It's not dealing with the. What I think is, it's just the Me Too movement got us a mess up. I just think that,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I really think is the Me Too movement. Where now women, it's like they don't have to. Respect a man, and it's like I just don't like that. Maybe, we might
Mm-hmm.
be old fashioned, I don't know, but I just don't think that that should happen. But when it comes to Melody, uh what I see that I don't like, I don't like when you emasculate a man, and I just think that they had a toxic relationship, and they shouldn't have never went ahead and pitched it, on that show. And I also think
Mm-hmm.
that, from the very beginning, I don't think that they
Mm-hmm.
was together, and I guess through shooting the scenes, they decide to go ahead and make it, try to see if they can get back together. And I think she just only did that because, she though she can get him back, and she only just did it out to be spiteful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anitra J, you can come on up, Mama. I dropped the link for you, but you see what Checking You Boo said. Checking You Boo, I agree with you because let's see. Checking You Boo said, hold on. Okay, let me add you to the stage. This is Anitra J. Welcome, Anitra J. Anitra, let me just read what Checking You Boo
Sorry
typed
about
real
that.
quick.
Sorry about that. Hey, I'm
Uh-uh.
sorry about that. My mom had called here.
Yeah, you're fine, Lady D. I can hear you too. Anitra's up here, but let me just read what Checking You Boo put up here real quick. Checking You Boo says, "Boom, Lady D." Ari even said they got back together for the show, but all the cast knew. All the cast lied from day one and pretended to act slow about the Holt's marital problems. None of them are honest. Thank you, Checking You Boo. Welcome, Anitra J. I know you a Melody supporter. What's going on,
Hey,
Mama?
how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Can you hear me good?
We can hear you real good. So you go ahead and give me your perspective because I'm a regulator. I'm gonna call it out on both sides, whether I like you or not. But at the end of the day, they're all women, and I don't think neither Melody nor Martell should be off the show. Should there be consequences for actions? Yes, there should. But I don't think that they should be kicked off a show that gained its fan base and success off the demise and dysfunction of their former marriage. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic and you take it away.
Well, no, I was just trying to. I came in. I don't even know how long you've been on live, but I just was cruising YouTube, and then I saw you, and I was like, okay, I've been over here before, and I pretty much already know where you stand. So I was just trying to. I was just in the comments. I was talking about the Arion, something with the Arion, and that Melody brought her out or exposed her or whatever, and I'm like, that never happened. Funky Dineva brought out who she was. Someone from Huntsville,
Right.
as far as I know. But I do know that he was the one that exposed her first, because I had was on her IG while she was still pregnant, because it was quiet for a while, but we all knew who she was after he was like, her name is such and such and such, and on IG that was her, and I'm like, okay, but I didn't know who they were talking. And that's the thing. It's like, for the show, I didn't know, as far as viewers, we didn't know who Martell was dealing with. We didn't know what her name was, what she looked like,
Right.
how many of them, but we did know he had, infidelity activities outside of his marriage, but we didn't know who it was or how many.
Right. Right.
So it was like, people say, y'all was talking about her. They knew who she was. So I guess maybe that's what people are saying, that they were talking about her, but the viewers, we didn't know who she was until Funky Dineva brought her out. And
Right.
then it
Right.
came out of who she was. So I don't,
Mhm.
Mel didn't bring her out. Funky
Right.
Dineva did. So
Mhm.
I don't know. And like, okay, people saying like, what, all right, they were not on the best of terms before the show was greenlit. Mel said that out her mouth, that they
Mhm.
weren't on the best terms. So they decided to work it out for the show, possibly, and they probably worked it out more. But the bottom line is, he kept doing stuff. So yes, he was doing it before. And as a woman, I'm married, been married for 14 years. Like, okay, I never went through infidelity, but sometimes we believe our husbands, like, you know what? Okay, maybe it's different now. Maybe he's going to be different now. We can't act like ain't none of us, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
a
Right.
woman doesn't do that. So yeah, they probably wasn't on the best of terms before the show was greenlit. And that's what I'm saying. That was never a secret. She said it. Even Carlos said it. They should just do the pilot. Let's pitch it and let's see. And then it got greenlit. So that's not a secret.
Right.
That's
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a secret that they weren't on the best terms, but they wanted to work it out. She loved her husband at the time, I'm sure. So can you blame her for trying?
I don't even think she was trying. I don't think that Dineva brought her out. Funky Dineva had called her coleslaw. Melody, from the very first beginning, had brought it out. Martell told Melody in the bedroom when they was shooting that scene in the Fletcher's home, in the bedroom, why did you talk about our personal business? And that's when she had said something. Well, you did it, but he said, that's our personal business. Melody brought up the infidelity and talked about, he cheated. So that's when we all was talking about it, and Funky Dineva went ahead and called her coleslaw. But all the stuff that happened, Martell said Melody was the one that went on Instagram, on social media, and told about the infidelity. Nobody knew about the infidelity. Even Tisha said they all made a pact that they was not going to talk about the infidelity. Even Carlos King said he was shocked. He knew about the infidelity, but they made a pact not to talk about it. And when Melody brought it up, his mouth
Hold on.
dropped to the floor. So it wasn't Spunky Donita that put a name brought it out. He just called a coleslaw. It was Melody.
She never said
Hold
her
on.
name. We never heard Arion on the
Right.
show. Her name
Nobody,
never.
no, we never, no. I don't even think Melody didn't say the name until maybe about six seasons. But we already knew. You didn't have to say a name, but we already knew who the person was
I
because
didn't
she
know.
brought
I
her
never
out.
knew who she was until Funky Dineva brought it out.
Right.
Now, as
Yeah.
far as her final, okay, the pack was. I'm sorry.
Nuh-uh, no, I'm agreeing
Oh,
with you that we never knew her Arion's name was never mentioned on the show. And Lady D, I'm not over talking, but
No, no,
I
no.
know
Go
what
ahead.
you're
Go ahead. Go
I,
ahead.
I know what you're stating is that Melody brought up the topic of the affair on the show. Not that it was Arion's show, but I also agree with Anitra that yeah, it was Funky Dineva, it wasn't anybody on the cast member that brought out Arion's name. But then it didn't help when Arion went and did the interview with Tasha K. You gave everybody, now we all knew who she was. We knew what she looked like.
I
Arion had created
yeah.
the YouTube
I knew what
page.
she looked like
She
before Tasha K, because I was on
did
her.
you?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Funky Dineva. Yeah, he said
There
he
go
gave her
my
the nickname
girl.
Coastline, but he said her name. That's how we found her Instagram. She was still pregnant. Then after she had knocked, that's when she came out with the leopard, some type of leopard outfit and everything like that. That's when she started posting after she gave birth. That's when we
Um,
saw her because I found her. He
right.
said her name, so
But yeah,
we knew who
they
she was.
came.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
knew
I
who
Yeah,
she
know.
but
was because I was following the
the
page.
thing about it, I said the thing about it is that Martell said that Melody put it out. Ariane went on Tasha K page, and the reason
Hmm.
why Ariane went on Tasha K page because she said even though they did not come out and say a Ariane Curry, but she still was getting harassed. People still found out who she was and using her likeness, and she was not on the show to tell her story. So they
Hmm.
found out who she was, where they was making her life a living hell. They was talking about her and all this other stuff. So that's why she came out. But the thing about it, like I said, and I'm not gonna go ahead and tell you guys who my sources is. But
Nah, you
if
don't
I
have
can
to.
sit there and no, I'm not gonna say who my sources is. But like I said, we looking from the outside in, and if someone tell you what they know and they was in there, then that's who I'm
Mhm.
gonna believe. You see what I'm saying? So if they
Right.
said that they wasn't Melody and Martell was not together, all this was pitched off a show. Martell Hart was with Ariane. The reason why they stayed together, because I asked those questions. The reason why they stayed together, which I do understand, is because of business. That's the reason why they stayed together, because they had all
Mm.
their business tied up in there. But the show was already toxic. Melody already knew. Melody sit down with Ariane and Martell, and they said, "Well, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tell this story, and let's go ahead and make this money."
I don't
Okay.
believe that. I don't believe that.
Like I say, you don't have to
Yeah,
believe it. Like I
no,
said,
it's because why would if
just
she did?
listen
Why
to
would
me.
she have?
Wait, listen to
No,
me.
that
You
don't
don't
make no
have to
sense.
believe it. We all have a right to agree to disagree.
No, just
But
true, true, very true. But that right there,
so
it don't even really make no
it
sense. It
doesn't.
don't
It
make any
doesn't.
sense.
But the bottom line is this right here. Martell is with Ariane. It's time to change. Go ahead and close this chapter. Melody gave her husband away. She thought the grass was greener on the other side. She didn't want to cook. She didn't want to have sex with this man. She went out there and got two freaking abortions,
Mm.
according to
Yeah,
Martell.
they
And no
did.
man
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
and
they
no man, and I'm gonna
did.
say allegedly, according to
She had
Martell,
one.
okay?
She had one. She
Martell
had
said it
one.
was
She didn't
two.
have two.
Martell said it
Oh
was two.
Lord.
He
According to
said
Oh
Martell, it
he
was
told
two.
Dr.
Lord.
But
Headley it was one.
Oh
He
Lord.
told Dr.
Oh
Headley it was
Lord.
one.
even if it was
Lord.
one,
Not,
it was Martell
oh
to
Lord.
make that
They
decision
don't let it.
if he wanted to keep that
Oh
child.
Lord.
If he,
Oh
she
Lord,
went.
have mercy. Lord, have mercy. They talking about the unaliving of. Oh Lord, we can't talk about that. Ladies, we can't talk about that. Y'all falling into the hands of the man. And y'all can't see it's the men that's pulling all the strings. Ah, oof. Let me unmute y'all. Ladies, we can't talk about that. Lord, have mercy. Jesus.
Oh no,
But
I
anyway,
did want to talk about that.
Well, I only could
yeah.
say what was told to me. Okay, what was told to me is that they was not together. So they was not
Uh-huh.
together, and his heart was with Ariane. His heart was not no longer with Melody. He didn't want it Melody no more because Melody was coming in and out. Okay, so he didn't
Mm,
want her anymore. So, like I said,
So,
it
but
is
what's
what
all
it
this stuff
is.
now then? What's all this stuff
right,
now?
right.
With all the stuff that's now is because we putting it to these people getting on with their lives. These people,
No,
Ariane
no.
and Martell is in a business together. They doing
But
good
what?
together.
But why would
We
he try to
putting
put
them
out
over.
revenge? Why would he plot to put out revenge
That was
porn on her?
not
What's the point?
true. That was not true.
So Ariane was
It was
lying on those audio tapes. She was
That
lying,
about the
and Carson
audio tape
Carson's
and
lying too.
what Carson did.
Mm,
I already had talked about what Carson said there and said that it was a fake page that she got that information from. That's what
mm,
Carson said. It was a fake page that she got that information from. But
mm,
the scene
He said
was
she was
when it
on the
came
phone
to.
with Ariane.
Let me tell you. Let
mm,
me tell you. Let me tell
mm.
you. The scene was. This is
Lord,
what the
I
scene
done got
was.
caught up
You
in
don't
the
have me
natural.
mute, huh? The scene was to get Carson on that show. Okay, that was the scene, was to get
Oh,
Carson on that show.
oh,
Now, when it came to this blogger went
Lord.
ahead and she went and she recorded the conversation, and that deal was broken. So that's how everything has squashed. Okay, allegedly.
I don't. I don't know
I
about
just want to
that.
say this. I just want to say this part right here. Let me just say this
That
part
man
right
is
here.
supposed to do something to that woman because he mad that she divorced him, just like
No, he
most
didn't want
narcissists
her.
are.
He didn't want her. He sat there with who he want. He wanted Ariane. But he didn't want.
But
No man don't want
but
a woman that
he
goes
still
out.
ain't really claiming her now.
He don't want her. That's what
He
she
still ain't
wants
claiming
you
Ariane.
all
But
to
why he ain't
believe.
married her? He still
He
ain't
wanted her
married
from
her.
he wanted her from the beginning, but
But
after that he didn't want her because if,
he's
no
free
man
now.
is not going to sit there and cheat
But
unless
he's free
he
now.
don't want
So why
her.
you don't marry her?
Well,
Mm,
want me to tell you something? Like I said, they say, well, now,
mm,
uh, what's her name? Ariane got him now, so and she's married to him, so it don't make no sense for
mm,
talking about it. Melody
They
go
ain't
and find who
married.
she want. They are married
He
yeah.
barely claim her. Barely
because
claim her now. I mean,
that's what the bloggers want y'all to
he
believe.
might as well marry.
Because that's what the bloggers want y'all to believe. Those
But
two are
we
married
could care
and they
less.
are in business
We could care less. He might as well
Ooh,
marry her.
and they
yeah.
are
He
in,
might as well
Look,
and
marry
she
look,
her.
got
look.
and
He
she
don't.
got the kids. She got the kids.
Uh.
Them kids
Look,
over there,
Lady
what
D.
every other they got a week on and week off. So
The Lady D.
what we
Hold
Hmm.
on,
talking
Misha.
about?
Lady D. Lady D.
Hmm.
Martell in tonight's episode, Martell still saying he loved Mel. What's going on?
Well, well, like I said, like he might love her, but he's not in love with her.
Ain't that public marriage? Ain't that public record if somebody get married?
He might love her, but he's not in love with her.
Ooh,
Uh,
Shit, he ain't in love
Melody,
with Ariana either.
Melody cannot drop it like Ariane is dropping it on him.
But he ain't married
what?
her. Why
They
he keep
married, I
bothering
promise you.
Mel?
Because
He
that's
keep
what you guys
bothering
want to
her.
believe. That's what y'all guys want to believe.
But why he keep
Mm,
bothering Mel?
He
That's
said he don't
everywhere.
want
He
her.
keep bothering Mel. If he's so
He
happy with
said,
the burn, then go be
he
happy
said,
with her
ugh,
and leave Mel alone. You
I
already
don't
destroyed
know.
those kids' family. Them
No,
kids is
not
that's
really.
the thing we don't gotta
Not really.
understand about them
Those
kids
children are
too.
more happy. Those children are more happy with
mm,
Ariane and Martell. They getting a hot meal every day. They're not getting their meals ordered and out of a aluminum foil pan. Those kids getting hot meals every day.
Martell, what are you wait, come on now. No, that ain't that now that's let me tell you something, misbehaving.
And they're not staying in
We
the
not
car
we
while
no
she's
no
getting
no hold on.
pampered.
We're not gonna sit here and act like that
And
woman
and
don't
why?
cook
And
for them kids and is not a good mother
I'm
to
done
them
with this.
kids.
I'm done with this conversation. But like I said, when it comes to
Yeah, we damn sure is,
Melody,
honey, because we're not gonna sit
Melody
there and act
sat
like
there
that
and
woman is
she
not a good
gave her
mother to them
man.
kids.
Melody gave her man up, and that's the bottom line. You
mm,
gave him up.
mm,
You snooze, you
Now, as
lose.
far as with the Melody and Martell and Ariana, okay,
mm.
keep it at that. But to sit
And
there and
then,
say that
and
that
want me to
woman
tell
ain't a
you
good
something?
mother
It's
to her
over with.
kids,
She's happy
that's a
with
damn
him.
lie, honey.
She's happy with him, and so, like I said, no make no sense for her crying over spilled
I'm gonna say,
milk.
well,
She
how we
lost him.
know? How we know them
M-
kids happy over there? They don't
Now
have
the
both
thing
their
about it,
parents in the
oh,
same
they there.
household no more.
They know. Well, if it was with Melody, it would be with 20 babysitters. So we know she
That
ain't
was
gonna sit
never
there
proved.
and keep
Woo,
him.
that is amazing. No matter what the hell that nigga say, I go right on with it. He could have said damn
Because no,
10.
it's not that. It's not
He
that.
just said 12
Mm.
recently. Now it went from 20 to 12.
And even the judge say that when it comes to the kids, Martell
Mm.
have the best interests.
Then why
Didn't
he
the
ain't got
judge
full
say
custody
that?
then? So why he don't have full custody then?
Well, like I said there in state, when it comes to the children, most of the time the children are with
Mm,
Martell even told Melody, why don't you
They
sit
got
there
a
and
week
be a
on
good
and a
mother?
week off. They have a
You
week
Why don't
on
you
and
be a
week
good
off.
mother? And the week off that she had him with other different babysitters.
No, she does not. She has
mm,
them with her.
Well, that's according to what Martell
mm,
put out. I only can go by what they put out.
mm, mm, mm,
So I
mm,
only could go by what they put out,
Ooh,
but
boy, oh boy.
it's going to be a whole new
mm.
chapter. Melody, she
Good
belongs to the
Lord.
street. Melody belongs to the street, so she might as well just continue being on the street.
Martell
She
belongs to the
sold,
streets.
she
Martell belongs
sold
to the
her.
streets.
Melody
Martell
sold her
belongs to
own
the
soul
streets,
for
Cindy.
fame, for a pipe
Ariana
dream,
Ben belonged
for a
to the
pipe
streets.
dream, for a pipe dream.
Ariana
And
Ben belonged to the
Ariana sit
streets.
there and say, she didn't. She can count on one hand who all the men she messed with.
And we
Lady
believe that.
D.
We believe
Well,
that.
Lady D, they
I
get.
only could go by what she
She
said.
already got to me. She already got
Wait a
two kids
minute.
by two different men.
Well,
Already.
that's
Wait a
all
minute.
right. But
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. I gotta take over. I gotta mute these mics because this is my show. They ain't letting me get a word in edgewise. Lord have mercy. Look, Lumenta Lock, you say Lady D done with it now. You have not even watched the show. Ooh, honey, don't get that Cajun woman riled up. You know Lady D is a Capricorn. Lady D is a Capricorn. Honey.
My Lord.
Lord have mercy. Well, y'all didn't calm down. Lady D, I'm
well,
trying to figure out is that
let me see if I can go ahead and call my source and see what's going on because she's about to make her debut. Okay, she's about to come on that show. She done took everything that. Well, she didn't take everything. It was given to her.
Yeah, Melody gave it on to her. You
Melody,
know
she
what,
said Melody gave it to her.
yeah, Melody gave it to her. I mean, if these men don't want to act right, baby, you can't keep these men if they don't want to act right. If you done gave them chance after
That's
chance,
it.
sometimes it's best
That's
to
it.
just move on. That's why I said,
That's it.
if folks hard on Melody. I've been hard on her too, and I didn't gave her nicknames that may have hurt her feelings and may not have, but I can say
Yeah, she
this.
signed up
Look,
for it. She signed up for it. She was ready to play the
yeah,
game. So you got to get with them
right.
with it.
So my thing is this: these society and the powers that be, they will never want to show a woman landing on her feet, being able
Well,
to
not that
be
one right there because she gave her husband away. And then someone say money
She got
making
rid of
Melody.
them.
Money
She got
making
rid of
Melody.
them.
Melody owed the IRS almost $10 million. And you want to talk about money making Melody allegedly and over 50 some creditors and living in
what
somebody
10
else's house.
million.
The
Where the
house
proof
don't even
at?
belong to her.
Where
The
the
house
proof?
don't
Where the
even
proof
belong
at?
to her. I mean,
Where the proof
living
at?
on top of the hill. Oh, it's out
Where the
there.
proof at?
Lady
Go
Where the
D,
to
proof at?
Lady
Where the
D,
proof? Where the proof
I'm gonna
at? Where the proof?
go to
Lady
Where
this
the proof
D.
at?
article. Oh,
What
it's on.
article?
I don't put it out. I don't put it out. I'm gonna send it to you, doc.
Okay, you gonna send it?
Miss
But my
Behave.
thing
I'm
is
gonna send it
this:
to you.
it,
I wouldn't
my,
say
Make
my
it
nothing
thing.
that I don't
post it
have
on the
proof.
post it on the compute on the community board so everybody can
No,
see
it's
it.
on my channel. I made it big as day. It's on my channel.
Oh, it's
Okay,
Put
on
it
your
there.
channel.
Good. Yeah. Okay.
So they keep
but
saying she owe
still evolve.
$10 million. That don't even sound right. How she owe $10
That
million
don't make
dollars?
no
Both
That's
of them
sense. It
together.
don't make
Hold on.
sense. That's
Well, if
why
I
it
can
don't make
talk,
sense.
well, if I can talk and stop over talking me, I can say it. Okay. According to
God
this
damn, I ain't
article,
never seen
okay.
these many
According
women
to
on
the article
TV. My
called
Lord,
Sun, now
God
does she want the
damn.
truth or she does not want the truth? Now she asked me a question, but yes, she's over talking me.
Go ahead. I ain't said nothing.
Okay, according to the article called The Suns,
mm,
it says that they
Jesus
did an
Christ.
interview with Melody and Martell, and
mm,
they owe the creditors
mm,
over 50 some creditors. They owe the
mm,
IRS over $10 million, okay? And that's between the two of them, okay?
mm.
And that
They
information
owe,
is out there.
and you
They
said
owe
they
the
owe
IRS,
how much?
for the IRS, they owe, according to this article called The Suns,
Uh-huh.
they owe the IRS $10 million. And they have
Oh,
50 creditors that they went
mm,
ahead and I guess the 50 creditors, some of them they was able to put it into bankruptcy which why they
Mm-hmm.
filed Chapter 7. But the IRS, you cannot put that in bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the credit cards you can.
Mm.
But the thing
Okay.
about it is that Martell left Melody with the finance. She made her the face of the CEO. He went out there and he
Mm.
was tearing down buildings and building it up. Melody was handling all of that.
I do remember that one reunion where Melody did state that when Martell, when they were in business with Marceau, when they had scoped, she had gone out and got multiple contracts for them, but
hmm
she didn't know where the money went. So were
hmm
were the men partying with that money over at Credit One with the
I don't know.
mistresses?
I don't know, but the judge, I guess, like I said, it was both in their names. The credit cards and all that was both in their names. So, and they
Hmm.
married. So they both going to have to, take the lick when it comes to that debt. And that's, I'm going to say a legend, but that's according to what that article
The
says, the
son.
Sun. Yes.
I don't put no
hmm
faith in the sun. When I hear about the
No,
sun, it reminds me of the National Enquirer.
but trust me, they in there, okay? They in there big
They in
time. That's
there?
why
Are they
she couldn't.
credible?
That's why she couldn't. Well, quite obvious. They said, she didn't have a good credit to go ahead and get her house, which why she's renting. Who rent a
What?
mansion? Make it make sense. Oh my God, who
Well,
does
lady,
that?
I ain't gonna be too hard on her about the renting. At least she is renting a nice home.
But I'm
She
talking about a
could be
man,
stuck
girl.
up in
Would
a
you
two-bedroom apartment.
rent a mansion or paying almost $10,000 for something that would never be yours? Make it make sense.
That
That's
house is
like
That
not a
living
mansion.
like the Joneses. That's
That
like
house is not a
oh
living
mansion. That house
on
is
the
not a
hills,
mansion.
oh
sitting on the hills.
It's not a
oh
mansion. I don't know if y'all seen
okay.
mansions before, but
It's
that's not a mansion.
oh,
It has a lot of.
you don't talk to me like that, honey. If I
No,
ever
I'm just
seen one
saying it's
before.
not a man.
First of all, my house is
Uh
paid for. Okay.
Yeah,
oh.
so is mine.
Uh-oh.
I
Uh-oh.
live in the South,
Uh-oh,
so the
lady.
square footages here are pretty big for you get more for your money.
But still of
So
all,
All
I
right.
what
would I
Melody
would
has, it's not a
never, I would
mansion.
never
Mm,
ever
mm.
rent that amount of money for somebody else, and it would never belongs to me.
But she's not
That's
paying
what I
10,000 a
said.
month. She's not paying that. She's not paying ten
Mm.
thousand a month
I wouldn't even pay 5,000 a month, not unless it's mine.
because well, the thing was, her original plan was to
Mm.
leave Huntsville, but of course she
She
couldn't with the
can't
kids
because of the
because of court
kids.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she right. So she probably was thinking, let me rent. But hell, she probably don't bought the house by now.
The money she paid,
She probably don't bought it by
probably
now. But
too.
I know she ain't paying no ten
I
thousand no
probably
month.
too. I
Mm.
probably too. But like I said there and
Mm.
said, it is what it is. It's done. It's over with. I'm so glad it's over with. Let me tell you. Let me go ahead and give you some stuff to run with. Okay. Season 9, you're going to see Ariane and Martell going in and out of court, and most likely, alleging you're going to see Carlos King gonna be there, not Carlos King, Tasha K, and you're also gonna see Funky
Mm-hmm.
Dineva gonna be on there, allegedly, and also I think Miss Wanda's coming back. So run with that. And
I
Ariane sit
believe
there
that.
and
Hold
say,
on. We got another person to the panel. It's Michelle.
"Oh
What
no,
you got to say,
I don't
Michelle?
want to hear no more. I'm finna drop
You
down."
don't
Okay,
want to.
so I'm
You
gonna
finna
talk to
drop
you.
there.
Yeah, girl. All right,
Yeah,
talk
I'm
to you
gonna drop
later.
down pretty soon too.
All right.
I was just coming
Wait,
up
I
real
want
quick.
to
Thank
I
you,
say
just
D.
wanted
something.
to.
This is Michelle. How are you guys? One of the things that makes me so upset is that Melody is not doing anything special as a mother. She's basically a part-time mom. She has her kids on a week, off a
Ooh,
week, on a week, on off a week.
Michelle.
Yes.
They both have them a week
Okay.
on, a week off.
Exactly.
So
I
she's not doing
agree.
nothing
I
less or
agree.
more than he's
She's
doing.
not doing more than right. Nothing more or
Okay,
nothing
so
less.
she's
Hold
not
on. Let me
so
finish, Anitra, because I'm not coming up here cutting you off. I'll let you make your point. I'm just saying that she's not doing anything more than any other woman that I know that has ever been divorced and had to land on her feet as a result of being divorced. Plenty of women land on their feet after they've gotten divorced. Plenty of women are cheated on constantly. And plenty of women land on their feet. Mel is
Mm.
doing absolutely nothing special.
Mhm. I think she
In
is,
fact, most
considering
Black
that the cat.
women do have to land on their feet. And respectfully, that's your opinion, but I do want to get it out there. Mel's not doing anything special.
I
I don't think
disagree.
it really has to be special. I mean, she's living, she's thriving.
Right.
Most women don't go through a divorce on TV. I mean, with the world watching,
So, so,
Right.
I mean, she's doing. I mean, she
so.
landed on her feet. It's not.
Right, but
She's
most
not tap
women
dancing
land
with
on
it.
their feet. Most women land on their feet after divorce. I don't see
Okay,
people rolling up into a big
No, they
ball and
don't.
dying and crying because they're divorced.
I didn't
No,
see
she
Melody
does.
do that
okay.
either.
I don't understand where we're going
No,
with
I
I'm
this.
not
didn't see
saying
me.
that she
Yeah.
has. I'm not saying that she has. I'm just saying that there's nothing particularly interesting about that story. Also, I will say this. One other thing
What?
I did want to say is that I also have a source, someone that knows the situation personally, that said the exact same thing that Lady D said about about them not being together at all prior to the show being greenlit, and they got together after the show,
Oh
because the
my
show was being
God.
greenlit.
I'm gonna
She
have to
said
steal
that.
this saying from I'm gonna steal
Didn't she
this
say
from
that?
Lady D. Lady D, I love this saying. She said, y'all beat the dead horse. Look, if everybody knew that they weren't together before the show, all the cast members knew, Marceau and all them too. Y'all keep saying they made a pact they weren't going to talk about the affair. So if they all made a pact, why were the cast members, why were Marcel, Tisha, Kimmy, and Maurice providing commentary, mocking their marriage, making jokes?
I
Why were
agree.
they doing
I
that?
agree. I
So
agree.
y'all not making it. Ain't nobody. Y'all not making sense to me. Because one
I
minute y'all
agree.
say they had a pact. So why were they providing commentary if there was a pact not to talk about it? Now, Carlos, let me tell y'all something. This is the first time, the first season, outside of Kimmy being diagnosed with cancer, bless her heart. I mean, look, I ain't even gonna go down that road. But all I'm gonna say,
Mm,
this is the first time that they have a storyline outside of Kiowa and Maurice's son.
yeah,
Carlos is desperately trying to make Marceau and Tisha the face of Love and Marriage, the new face of Love and Marriage Huntsville. The only problem is that can't happen with Martell and Melody on the show because we remember that for 5 years, everybody has used their dysfunctional marriage as a storyline. So no matter how many times people try to put the talking points out there that they had a pact, Melody's the one that introduced the affair to the
She
show.
did.
They all were in on it. They all introduced it to the show because not at one time did anybody put their foot down to demand that their real life be shown. When they
right.
first
Because
came on,
Mel and
Kimmy
Martell
wasn't.
hijacked the show. Mel hijacked the show with the story of her infidelity. There's no
Melody
way.
didn't hide.
No, she
Michelle,
did.
Melody
She
didn't hijack no
absolutely,
show.
she
They
did. She
were happy. They
hijacked the
were happy.
show with the story of her infidelity. If
Girl,
the
they was happy providing commentary on that infidelity. They
They
were
sure
happy.
was.
first of all, did you
You
just
don't
do?
even know what
Wait,
They
what
sure
excuse
was.
Michelle.
me. Wait, what did
They
you say?
sure
Uh-huh.
I don't
was.
know what. I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, and I hope that no
No,
one's
you
being
ain't being
disrespectful to me.
no. You're not being disrespectful. But what point are you
Okay.
trying to make? What do you want to say?
My point is that Mel and Martell hijacked the show with the story of their infidelity. And actually, you're not remembering it correctly. I will go back and rewatch
I'm
season one
I'm
again.
not,
Season one,
I'm
episode
not.
one. Hold on a minute, because I recently watched that as well.
Wait a
And
minute. Wait a
Tisha,
minute. Wait a minute,
Woo.
honey. Wait a minute, baby.
Uh-uh.
I'm the head regulator. You can't come up here and try to shush me down and act like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Now, see, Michelle, you done had your ass in a couple of chats. I done saw you talk shit, talk
Ooh.
about me and checking you, boo. Talking about when we came over the Butterfly channel, we changed the aura of whatever her panel is about. So get your ass on, ho.
Oh, I don't even
Go
go
on
over
and
on
get
that
your.
side.
No, I like
I don't even go
Butterfly.
on over. I'm a
I like
millimeter and
Butterfly.
I ain't
Well,
I
look,
don't even go on that side
butterfly.
at all.
Nah, butterfly is good. Butterfly is good people. I
No, I just
kick her
no
ass from the
anybody on that
studio.
side, I don't go over
Kick her
there.
ass
I don't
out.
go over there.
What you talking about? I'll be up over on that side.
Well, I mean, because I know
You done took a chance.
you're in no, no, I tried just to see, like, even when it came to the revenge piece stuff, to see, okay,
Hmm.
let's see what they saying as women, just as women, as a woman, did she deserve that? And it's still whatever Melody is her Melody's fault. I'm like, okay, so it's still her fault for everything. She didn't. She asked the man to do that or to try to threaten her with revenge porn. Like, I don't get it, but
But
I don't know. But this was
Anitra, I
fun.
got a
Hey,
question though.
this was fun, huh?
Well, you look. You might like me right now, but you'll be mad at me later or tomorrow because you know
I'm
I got
sure
to
I
keep it
will.
real.
But it's
Yeah,
all. Listen, we don't know these people, but I
we
listen.
sure don't. Cause honey, ain't none of
This
them.
was kind of
Look,
fun though, a little bit.
look, ain't none of them hit my goddamn cash app. All of them supposed to be millionaires. Carlos
Yeah,
ass, he ain't. He's supposed to be a multimillionaire. Ain't none of them hit my goddamn cash app. And we out here working like Hebrew slaves. But see, I am a
yeah,
fan of the show. I like them all. Now, Michelle, I don't hate you, baby, but I do remember you talking slick over there in a comment, and I could be wrong. It probably wasn't butterfly chat, but you was over in somebody chat. It was somebody that was mutual that we all visit, and you made a comment about me, and it had to be butterfly chat, and talking about me and checking you boo. We come in and we change the feel or the flow of the show just because we got a different opinion. We gonna call out both
right.
sides. We gonna call out the millimeters. We
Well,
gonna call
yeah.
out T squads. All of y'all. And Anitra, you quit shushing them kids, cause you know I keep it real over here,
Well,
baby. If
I was
they
trying
hear
to
some
talk, and
kids,
I got four girls, so
don't you hit that baby. Well,
oh,
don't you hit that baby. I'm a mandated reporter. I find out where the hell you at and
no,
report
she
to the
keep asking. Well,
CPS that you
she keep asking for chocolate. I'm like, she already had some. Now, see, I'm getting in trouble if I give her some more. She
Oh
acting a
yeah.
fool over here. But no, yeah, I get. I mean, that's it. I might breeze through
Mhm.
from time to time, and if I don't really care for the commentary, and I pull on out. So I don't really
Wait
go
a
too
minute.
many places. But I figured I
Let
just
me.
came in.
You know.
I was bored,
Oh
so I
my
figured I'd come
God.
over here, see what you was
I
talking
am
about.
so. Hold on, Anitra. I owe Michelle an apology. Oh my God. I just cussed at the wrong person. Michelle. Oh my Lord. Michelle, I am so sorry. It's that goddamn Barbara Collins. She
Who
was
was
the
that
one
on the
that talked
panel?
shit. That was Michelle. I owe Michelle an apology. Michelle, I am so sorry. Blame it on my mind and not my heart, Michelle. I owe you an apology. It was Barbara. Barbara, you the one that was over there at Butterfly talking about me and checking you boo. Talking about my. I sure hope you wouldn't say anything about a woman going to and through cancer. At what point will you draw a line and say I'm not crossing that line? Look, I'm not going to say nothing negative about a woman that's going through cancer, but what I am going to say is we could have seen more on that season, on that show, showing her going, uh, 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 how the family responded, the husband responded. We could have seen more. That's what I'm saying. We could have
Yeah,
seen
that would
more.
have been a great
You
storyline
know, yeah,
for
Carlos.
more women who
Carlos
going through
does this.
chemo and stuff like that. Yeah, that should
Yeah,
have been more on that than about a libido. Like, I mean, just talk about everything, not just the libido, the having to cut your hair, going through chemo sessions. Like, it could have been touched on more. I mean, a lot of women on both sides, everywhere, would have liked to see a little bit more of her journey through the cancer stuff.
exactly.
So I don't know.
Cause a
I
lot of
don't know.
women can relate, and I know some men can go through it. But Carlos does that to us. He shows us a little bit. He doesn't give us it all. He might start off with something good, and then everything has changed by the next episode. Before you know it, the season is over with. Hell, I don't even see how in the hell we in a season 9, and they only been on air 5.5 years. So, honey, I don't know. People try to say it's 2 seasons in one, but Barbara Collins, you was the one. I owe Michelle an apology, and Michelle, I am never too proud to apologize for uh getting it wrong. I do. Michelle, I owe you an apology. I am so sorry. I let my emotions get the get the best of me. Lord have mercy. I
It's
don't know
late
who
Saturday
deep
night.
Capri is.
I want to
Yeah,
say
late
one more
Saturday
thing
night.
before I drop. before I drop
Yeah,
out.
go ahead, because the show
Hey,
about to come on in a
cut and paste. Yeah, I see that. Hey, cut and paste, Tisha. Hey, I see you down there, girl. She said she just posted something or commented something that I was trying to say when people keep saying that, well, Mel brought out the cheating, Mel brought out the cheating. I mean, she did bring out the cheating, but that's because Martell kept doing stuff. He kept doing things. So, I mean, he just kept going. And then, I mean, she tried to work it out, and then, they got sugar mama, which is a blessing. We're not ever going to say, why would you have another child by your husband? I mean, that was her husband, regardless he was in the
Wait,
streets or not. If she wanted to have
wait a
another
minute.
baby by her husband, that's what she wanted to do. And but her, but
Wait, I'm laughing. I ain't laughing at what you saying, because I done finally got down here. Michelle, now I done gave you an apology. I got it wrong. It was
mhm.
Barbara. Oh, Lord. But y'all know what? Thank you, Anitra, for coming up, because y'all know a new episode coming on at 8 p.m. So we going to have to
Yeah.
watch it, check it out, see what's going on. we going to keep these hoes honest. We got to keep these hoes honest, see what's going on. And yeah, give Butterfly a chance. Give Butterfly a chance.
Ain't
You
that's
good.
Wanda homegirl? That's Wanda's homegirl,
Oh,
ain't she?
okay, all right. Yeah, you ain't finna go up over there.
No. I mean, because when people start, I'm okay. I mean, they want to talk about Mel. Okay, we can go back and forth about that. When people start talking about children, that's where I'm like, I can't get into this. When they start talking about the babies, like kids are innocent. You can't be trying to talk about them girls'
Yeah,
hair and all that stuff. Like, I'm like, come on,
yeah,
man. If y'all gonna talk about Mel, okay, talk about Mel, but don't talk about that woman. Talk about them children. They ain't got nothing to do with this. That's the part that I'll be like, yeah, I can't rock with that. We can
well,
go
they
back and forth
told
all
me,
day about grown folks, but not no
right.
babies.
Not
We're not
now.
doing
I
that.
don't know. Look, I don't need to overtalk you, because we're gonna get off, y'all. We got 10
Oh no,
minutes
yeah,
before
well,
the
I'm gonna let
next
you go. Y'all
episode
go ahead.
air.
Okay,
But I
okay.
didn't
Y'all have
know. They said they be cutting up over there on Facebook. So I don't be on Facebook.
I
So
don't be on me
I'm
neither. I can't
wondering.
take it.
Okay, so they said
Yeah.
that's where they was cutting up on Facebook first, and then it spilled out to YouTube. Have you heard
Uh,
that?
if it is, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because I know the
Mm,
first content creator that was really doing Love and Marriage was Bonnie Blue. I that's how I really started seeing content on YouTube, and then it kind of just spread. But I know Bonnie was like the first, Bonnie Blue. So
yeah. Mm.
yeah, that's how I really. But I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't on Facebook.
Can,
But I'm gonna let you go ahead
Anitra,
and
let me
go. It's
ask
okay.
you this. Before you
Uh-huh.
go, let me just ask you this one question. Then you go on down, and I appreciate you being here. So, what is
Hmm.
your feelings? How did you feel about hearing those content creators when they would talk about Knox?
Now, and that's the thing that we were talking about this the other day. So what I was bringing up is like, okay, you got, and I can't put it on everybody, but you got some that might say some things that are really unnecessary because he is a child. But for the most part, a lot of the pages, as far as male supporters, millimeters, stuff like that, I
Mm-hmm.
think what's happening is more like, okay, they're speaking on his behavior, which is a reflection on how Ariana is raising him. So we're more like, it's not the child, it's not his fault. And it was like more like Ariana's mom need to step in a little bit more to help her, but ain't nobody trying to really not talk to her, but she's so
Mm-hmm.
up Martell's behind to where her aunts and mother, they can't talk to her no more because she's so far gone. And Martell, I mean, I don't know. But as far as like talking about Knox, I haven't really heard anything outrageous. I've heard they talked about how he acts on live with her versus how Mel's kids act, even though you can't see them, they can't be on camera, versus how they act behavioral wise, which is more like on the parenting.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never heard anybody really say anything like the child ugly or nappy head. I've never heard anything like that. I've just heard more about his behavior, how he hits her, he must have seen Martell hitting on her, which we all heard that he probably don't slapped her up. So that's more the type of stuff that I've heard as far as his behavior and how she's raising him and what Martell is do or not doing in front of him to Ariane versus how the other kids act as far as manners, stuff like that. I've never heard anybody talk about the boy here, how he looked, like stuff that I've heard people say about
Right.
Mel and Martell's kids. Now I've heard that for a fact. I've never really heard anybody talk about his appearance. I just never heard it. I ain't Ray Charles to anything, but I've never heard it. It's more like his behavior, which is reflection of his mammy, period. But he's innocent. He's a handsome little man. He's innocent. And
Right.
unfortunately, the situation is, I don't know. The situation is just, I don't know. It's just not a good situation, but who knows? I don't know.
Well, thank you,
I've never
Anitra.
heard them bad. Yeah.
Thank you for
I might
stopping
come
on
through.
over.
It depends what you're talking about. If y'all on my girl too bad, I can't do it. Can't do it. Because
Yes,
I
you
still ain't
can.
seen nothing that you did. I can't.
Yes, you
I'm
can.
joking.
You can handle. You can handle it. You come
Baby,
in swinging for. Come in swinging
baby,
for.
listen, Melody's my girl, honey. I'm sorry. That's my boo. I'm sorry. That's my boo.
Uh-huh. Well, again, I want
All
to
right.
thank
I'm going to let that
you,
go.
Lady D and Michelle. Michelle, thank you, Anitra.
Yes,
Michelle, I
yes.
owe Michelle an apology. I really do. It was Barbara Collins. I got the wrong person. Lord have mercy. I didn't call the wrong person name, so I owe Michelle an apology. I sure do. I showed my tail. But I want to thank all y'all, and checking you boo. It says I look at folks sideways when they single out Martell. A lot of folks on the cast, viewers, and content creators have demonstrated a lot of bad behaviors. So a wrong is a wrong. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The caller's name was Anitra J. Unapologetic Real Talk and Michelle were all up here. And I showed my tail with Michelle, and I was wrong. I owe Michelle an apology. Lord have mercy. I'm sorry, Michelle. And Unapologetic Real Talk said, "What the hell, Ariane mom got to intervene? Ariane, she's a good parent. Her daughter is a straight A student. Yeah, y'all gonna have to leave the kids up out of it, y'all." I'm checking you, boo. I know, Ed Michelle, thank you for being a good sport. At misbehaving, and I apologize for accusing you falsely. Thanks for understanding. I know. Ooh, checking you, boo. I didn't realize it. I was dead set it was Michelle until Barbara popped down. And when I saw Barbara, I said, God dog it, it was Barbara. It was not Michelle. So I owe her an apology. But y'all, it is 7:56 p.m. On the East Coast, and it is 4:56 p.m. here in California. Y'all, the next episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville will be airing in a few minutes. I am your girl, Misbehaving. And the name of this channel is Misbehaving is Fun, where I talk about real people, real problems, and real drama. Hey, ain't nobody mad but the devil. And if you find yourself being mad at anything that I have to say, baby, chances are the devil is you. Now, in closing, Melody, I'd like to apologize for any commentary I provided in past videos that may have hurt your feelings. Now I like you, but if I see you doing something shady on the show or online, I'm gonna have to call you out like I call out everybody else. Cause you know I'm a regulator, and as the head regulator, I have to keep all you hoes honest. Producers, cast members, fans, and content creators included. Y'all, please hit like, subscribe if you have not subscribed. Share the video if you get a chance, and y'all enjoy the next episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, airing on the Oprah Winfrey Network. And in words of one of the millimeters, the oppressing women's network. Baby, I can't call it. I can't call it. But thank y'all for showing up in good